Hello. I saw someone subscribe to my video, so I have to create a video just for you. Please like, subscribe, and continue to watch. So yeah, I'm back. Obviously, massively over trading, as you saw. Blew my account, and I was up to 2 grand, doing so well. But let me show you. Obviously, I've opened up another trading account. I just needed to get myself sorted after blowing that account. So it's obviously been a few days since I recorded. But let me show you this. Obviously, yesterday, not yesterday, Thursday. Taking too many trades again, falling into bad habits. 29 trades. Um, but this was the key. I changed my indicator slightly because I've noticed that when there's resistance here in these candles, then it's potential reversal. So anyway, let me explain. So great day, Friday. Took 2 trades. One was break even, and the other one was 1,500 in 1 hour. So I'll show you that trade. Actually, let me just show you that trade now, and then I'll go through the other stuff. So what I saw, red line here, kept going up, went through the bodies of the candles here, but this was key really. It cut through here. I think there was a fib which it closed, and then it cut through the top. There was a gap, and then it continued going up. I usually won't take it because it's got to take. I'll show you some like funny shape it makes. Basically, these two lines on another trade, but continued going up, and then this purple line here was cutting through these candles. So I saw there was weakness, plus there was wicks up, went through, came to the top of this, and then what I did was saw this red line and the purple line going through. So yeah, like I said, followed it up. This did make a blue circle here, made a false move, and then I knew to, well, I did enter a trade here, and that's why I said it just went to break even, but it was a false move, continued going up. So I knew there was a chance of it going down from that point. And plus, the other thing was my dots appeared here on this candle. So it should have really went to these dots because that's what it, it was a new kind of support line. So I knew it didn't at that point. So it went up and it needed to just continue going down. So I was watching here. Well, not really watching. I was busy doing something else, but went up here, and then I actually saw. Let's move forward. This candle. Well, I was watching it in between whilst before this candle closed that it broke below the purple line. So I took the trade here, which was quite low, to be fair. For some reason, I was watching it. I did take it here, but obviously it moved my entry down here. Put my stop here at 4 ticks because it should have really, like I said, that my entry, if it was here, probably just got in late. I need to, my stop needs to be above the purple for it to be solid. But and then the other thing was, like I said, my entry should have been here at this point, but it's probably the Topstep account moved my entry further down. And then I also saw this dot being created, so I knew price was going to go to this point and these dots here. So I left it, didn't watch it, which I always usually do. I probably would have taken profits way earlier. Left it, put it at break even, and just continued to do what I was doing. So let me just show you. Continued going down. That was perfect in terms of put my stop here in terms of break even when it made this move. And then that was risky, obviously, because it could have just wicked me out. To be fair, I think I was like $30 away from being wicked out, but let's see. So it went down, and then I think it went here, but yeah, like I said, moved my stop to break even, so I was fine. And I knew it was going down to these dots here, which had been created. So like I said, it should have went down to these dots, didn't. Started to create new dots, so I knew it was going down at that point. Yeah, like I said, I think I would have been taken out by $30. Just ridiculous. Um, but I just continued to do what I was doing. I was actually driving at the time, so just moved it to break even rather than taking the loss. Just continued to do what I was doing, and then just continued going down, which was perfect. So just kept the trade basically, and then let me show you what happened for this trade. So hit the max take profit on the Topstep account on Friday, so I just locked myself out. Well, there's nothing really to do really. So 1,500. Let me just show you what I did. So that was, like I said, I did take the trade here, 10 o'clock, but obviously put my entry way down here for some reason. And then, so that was 10. What time is this? 10:45. And there you go. Hit this fib as well perfectly. So that was 10.50. Took take profit, and then it just did loads of other funny stuff. But yeah, it just that was perfect in terms of the move. Let me just show you here, so I'm not, so you can see 10:04. So yeah, my entry was late. That's the reason why I got in here. Just here, should have really got in at that point when it broken through the purple. I knew there was a resistance and there was problems for it to continue going up. So yeah, it went into the kind of the blue, light blue line here, create the false move, found resistance here at the purple, and then plus this red line continued going up, going through. So like I said, once it broken through, that's where my entry should have been really. In between here or in between here, with a stop above the purple. So that was Friday's trade. So that was really good. Let me show you, obviously, the trades from. I know it looks messy once I forward everything through, but let me just show you some of the kind of the dots which were created. So I knew at this point it was going to continue going down because that's the point of these dots. It starts creating the dots when it's going to go down, but obviously I've got to wait for resistance here at this point for the which had been created. So yeah, obviously I was reach max take profit, no point taking the trade. And then yeah, we'll just fast forward for you. Was there any dots? Oh, this one was good actually. Here. So I knew it had reversed, and then you can see dots started to create here. Plus, it found support on these orange dots here. So I knew at that point it was going up. That would have been a decent trade, but yeah, like I said, I was maxed out. And then let me show you if there's any others, and then I'll show you the trade for Thursday. Dots here. Did it continue going up? No. Well, I was out of the trade anyway. No point looking at this. But yeah, fiddle around here. Then at this point it changed to green. So yeah, the dot was created here. So I knew at this point it was a possibility to go short. But yeah, I wasn't looking at the trade really. It's just to kind of show you the dots, and it did go down from that point. Went down to this line, which is, like I said, creates this, and it has to go down. That's the purpose of these dots which are created. So yeah, hits it perfectly. But let me show you trade on Friday. Sorry, Thursday, where I lost 300, but I did take 29 trades, so I was down 1,000, came back up, down 1,000 again, came back up. But it's just stupid, really. Just follow the trend of the trade, which is the purpose of these lines. So, show you here on Thursday, came up, create this false move here, and then came back up. and you can see the red line through this candle, didn't come to the top, and then, like I said, made this funny shape here, came through here. It kind of creates this kind of W, this kind of half a circle here. So you know the price is going down at that point. Like I said, the purple line's got to go through these lines, through these candles. Top of this candle, I could have taken it. There was a spike up to this, these dots actually, which was perfect really. Like I said, it needs to come back to these dots, and it did. Got my indicator alert, which I ignored, silly. 625. Could have taken this trade because that was unbelievable, really, in terms of just following the downtrend. So there's no trade here. Did take, like I said, took lots of losses all the way down, which was stupid, really, because I need to wait for these two lines to cross. So it was a continued downtrend at that point. Should have knew at that point because it came back to these dots. It wicked out and then found resistance there. So that would have been a great entry. And then came down, nothing. Green line still above the purple, still short. Did make this funny um, shape here. So yeah, there was. I think that's where I made my 1,000 back, and then came back up to these dots, and then this was key really. I was back at break even. Should just left it. It's busy doing something else. But yeah, too much chart time really in terms of just looking at the. Knew it was a downtrend. This line had not crossed back through any of the candles, plus this purple line had not gone through any of the candles to go into to show a reversal. But this was key really. Let me show you here because what I saw was both this green and the purple line were in the bottom of the body of the candle. And then what I usually wait for, which I stupidly didn't, was wait for the arrow, and it's got to retrace past the blue arrow again, lower than where the blue arrow is. And that was perfect, really. And this just shows you here the massive spike up in the purple, which it did here. And then that's where I got taken out by one tick, by the way, for that $300 trade. Did a massive spike up, and then this green line went through this this purple line, and then just continued going up at that point. But I think I would have been taken out at 9 o'clock for Topstep account. But yeah, you can see at that point, look, massive spike up, volume, people buying. Did this retrace in terms of past the blue arrow, and then yeah, just continued going up at that point. So if I was trading my own personal account, I need to get rid of these other dots, but they're not alerts. Basically, I turn them off because there was too much. But it's good to see anyway. Retrace into this blue line, and yeah, just continued going up, like I said, from the morning up until this point where I took the shot. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. So yeah, I'll continue to make videos. It was for my subscriber. I saw someone subscribe to my video, so it's amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, and yeah, continue to watch, continue to subscribe. Obviously, need to get out of this habit of um, taking lots of silly trades, but just show you on Friday, that was amazing. Really, watching the trend of the trade, watching the red line, how it was reacting to this purple, and you can see here actually this red line went through the purple, so I knew the trend was going down to this point, but it already made the big move at that point. But yeah, found multiple resistance here at this red line, but it's just when I actually red triangle here, came up to it, slightly past, could have got an entry at that point. But yeah, like I said, I was out at that point. I was doing other stuff. I'd made the money. Okay, so like, subscribe, continue to watch, and yeah, more subscribers will be great. That'll be amazing. So that was just to describe the logic. Hopefully, it continues into next week. I'll continue to share what I'm doing, and yeah, continue to watch. And thank you very much.